Well, hey, smart people. How are you? I'm back. Your favorite Uncle Matt. Now, I'm here in Tampa, Florida, actually the Tampa Bay area, and it looks like we are in for another thunderstorm. Our Stanley Cup winning hockey team is called the Lightning for a very good reason. We get a lot of it here. My poor dog is freaking out, so you may hear my dog Honey in the background, and she likes to come and be on my rug. So I've just moved into a new home a couple of months ago and set up a YouTube studio here, and I am back. Yes, look at all these people joining me. Let me move my notes out of the way and so I can see who's here. Wow, look, I see you all coming in that stream. Oh my goodness! Bintu, it just started now. Let's see. Hey, Gunner. Yes, I'm happy to be back. So listen, let me tell you guys what's new. All right. So first of all, it took me a while to get my YouTube studio set up, and oh my goodness, I had one little delay after another, and you can tell the way I publish my videos. I'm kind of a perfectionist. So this is the first time I'm using this camera. I hope it's coming out good. This is the first time you're seeing my new setup. It is not a green screen. This is real. You see this? I can move the plants around. It's a real screen here. Anyway, so let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. The reason that I'm doing this live stream right now is because this week is kind of a big week in my life as a YouTuber. You see, it was 6 years ago, July 21st, that's just in 2 days, that I published a video called How to Absorb Textbooks Like a Sponge. Now, last week, that video hit 6.5 million views. Thanks to all of you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Now, that video got started as an experiment. I was doing a live 6-week training for my church. We did these little small groups, and I was teaching a class to church members on how to remember people's names. Now, in one of those classes, which I held at a public library, I was shooting it with an old camera, no lavalier microphone. I never expected anybody else to see it. It was a 6-week long training, and I always filmed myself so that I could critique my performance or see if there was anything there that was worth keeping. Well, I came across this 8.5-minute chunk that was complete from start to finish. And I came up with what I thought was a clever name for it, and a lot of you did too, because you're always asking me about SpongeBob and all of that, and telling me sponges don't absorb textbooks. I love your comments, by the way. And you can see I do my best to reply to a lot of them. Anyway, so that was 6.5 years ago this week that I uploaded that video. I did it as an experiment. Now, that video sat there for 4 years and did very little. But then I noticed little by little, it started to gain an audience. Then a few years ago, about 2.5 years ago, I got together with a friend of mine. I was a guest on his podcast. And I happened to tell him that I had like 40,000 views on this video. And I had, I don't know, a few thousand subscribers to something that wasn't even a real channel. It had no name. It had nothing going on with it. And what wound up happening was he looked at me like I was a little bit nuts when he was asking me if I had monetized it. I didn't even know what that meant at the time. And so I went back and I began to take a look at what YouTube was really all about. And that's when I came up with a title for the channel, Be Smarter, Faster. And it took me a while to come up with something so short because people would ask me what I do, and I would tell them, well, I teach people how to learn everything and anything faster and better and remember it. But that's too long to put in a YouTube channel title. And I really tried to distill it down, and I came down to those 3 words: be smarter, faster. Because isn't that really what everybody would like to be able to do? It's just that nobody ever taught them how. And so I came up with the catchphrase, school tells you what to learn, Matt DiMaio teaches you how to learn it. So I'm giving you a little bit of the history because in this live that you're all on, and I am absolutely thrilled. I'd show you my goosebumps, but it might be embarrassing. I am so excited to see all of you. Hello from India. Namaste. I got hassled about saying namaste by some people. That's all right. Anyway, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what you can expect, because I've been starting to work with some consultants to help me develop my YouTube channel. I broke through to 153,000 subscribers last week. Let me tell you why that's a big deal to me. 2 years ago, on July 18th, that was yesterday, I had 18,000 subscribers. 1 year ago, on July 18th, I had a little over 70,000 subscribers. This year, on July 18th, I had nearly 154,000. I think it was 153,665, something like that. You're the ones that have made this possible. When you send me these messages and post these comments telling me how you got into engineering school and how you became a physician and how you got into medical school or law school, how you've been able to get straight A's and achieve things with your schoolwork, let me tell you something. I'm 69 years old. Right now I live in a little town just outside of Florida named Riverview. I never expected to have this kind of impact. It was remember how it got started. I was doing a little local class for church group, and I posted a video on my content. Yeah, I've been in front of audiences for decades and decades, but it was your reaction. I am here for you. I am on a mission to make a long-term, lasting difference in the lives of students all over the world. That's you. And we're in this thing together. I don't want you to ever think that I'm some far-off, egotistical person living in a bubble. I do everything I can to be as connected to you all as I know how to do. That's why I'm fanatical about replying to posts and giving you guys hearts. You know, I've got people that message me that say, hey, I'm just here to get my heart. Who knew that commenting on YouTube posts would become a thing, that my reply would become a thing? All right, so let me tell you what you can expect from here on out, because I've rededicated myself to this. You can consider today being sort of the relaunch of my whole channel. So I've hired consultants to help me. I bought books. I'm attending online classes about how to really build my channel. So the first thing is I will be posting a lot more regularly. It took me a while to get organized. This is not the only thing that I do. And so my time has been a little bit scattered. And I didn't always know what it was that you needed. But from here on out, it's my intention to post at least one video a week and to do one of these live streams every month. So that's what my intention is. God willing, it'll all work out. So that's the first part. Now, next, I'm really paying close attention to what it is that you all want. So I'm getting a lot of requests to really dig more into note-taking techniques. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the ideas that I talk about in How to Absorb Textbooks Like a Sponge a little bit more thoroughly, because I've got a lot of you that are asking, well, what about PDFs or PowerPoints or just online lectures? You know, there's a lot of stuff that you as students are studying from all over the world that aren't in textbooks. So how do you deal with that? So I'm going to be covering a lot of that stuff. The first new video that I've already shot a couple of days ago, I've actually shot 2 videos that I'll be releasing soon, but one of them will be this week. And it is on It is on a brain game that you can use to keep your minds sharp during summer break. Look, here in Florida, it's, July, all the students are on summer break, maybe where you are too. I know a lot of you go to summer school and all of that, but summertime, you want to relax, you want to kick back, you want to have some fun. You don't want to be dealing with a bunch of schoolwork and studying and all that stuff. I get it. The problem is that, as the famous therapist Dr. Ruth used to say, if you don't use it, you lose it. Forgive my accent, but that's what she sounds like to me. The point is that during the summertime, your head gets full of sand. Like my daughter's at the beach right now. She's heading back to college as a junior at Florida State University in August. So she's getting in her last little bit of beach that she can. But no matter where you are, this is the time to kick back and relax. But the problem is the edge of your knife gets dull. So I've got a really cool game that you can play anywhere. Doesn't require any equipment. I mean, not even a pad and a pen. It's not one of these apps, although I will be reviewing some of these brain game apps pretty soon. I'll also be reviewing some of these note-taking apps soon. So that's a little bit about what's happening. Anyway, this video on brain game to keep you sharp during your summer break, that'll be out in a couple of days. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon to be notified, because from here on out, I expect to be publishing videos for you on a pretty regular basis. And that's a good thing, isn't it? So we'll be even more connected together. Like the next video that I've got that's already shot, needs to be edited, and I've got to come up with images and all that for it, is about the secret, yes, there's a secret, to becoming a successful student. In fact, this particular secret is really about becoming successful at just about anything. It's not what you think it is. This is something very practical. And a lot of people talk about secrets, but I'm not going to get metaphysical on you. This is not transcendental, feel-good stuff. This is something that's really practical that you absolutely must do if you're going to be successful as a student, in your relationships, on your job, with your business, pretty much whatever you do. All right. So that's kind of what is going to be happening. So those are my first two videos that'll be out this week and then on next week. All right. Now, be sure to take a look at the description underneath my videos, because I've got additional resources there. So if you want to know how to contact me, if you want to find out about my books, or you want to know about my new video training memory course, all of the information. Now, I don't know how to do it on this live stream yet, but on all my other videos, underneath the video in the description, you'll see links to other resources, and it's other ways you can access information that I teach. Now, I expect to have merchandise available soon. And this is a brand new experiment. So I'm hoping to have t-shirts and coffee mugs. And yes, at least one of my designs will be of my mustache. All of you comment on it. And I got to tell you, I get some of the craziest comments. And some of you I've had to delete and block. Hopefully that won't happen anymore, because some people get rude. Go figure. I guess they figure, half a world away, they can get away with it. But so I've got all sorts of designs. So I'm going to have t-shirts and coffee mugs. And so, by the way, I want your ideas about designs. So if you have some designs that you'd like to send me, go ahead and send them. You can, you'll see, by the way, like I said, my email is in the description underneath all of my other videos. Let me see. What else do I want to talk about? I've covered quite a bit. I covered pretty much the whole list of stuff that I was hoping to do. Right now, what you're seeing is an experiment. Behind the scenes, I've been futzing around of trying figure out how to even do this. Oh, I know. Hey, you want to see what my place looks like a little bit? Want to see what my new home looks like? All right. So I'm going to come over this way. My camera's getting a little blurry. Okay, so I'm going to come over this way. And let's see, there's my living room. And you can see in the back, there's my couch. And I've got one of those little massagers to keep my back good. And all the way in the back, that's my kitchen, all the way out to the back porch. All right, so, and it's hard to see my dog, but Honey's right over here by my foot. I'll post photos of Honey somewhere else. And let's see now. Let me come over this way. Yep, there's my plants, and you can see some of my other gear. I got a brand new camera, not just this new webcam. Over here, you'll see my keyboards. Yes, I have been a working rock musician. I'm a hard rock organist. So I finally got my gear set up. There's a poster of me performing under my stage name, Zed Maestro. So if you want to see some other stuff I do or see videos of me playing keyboards, I've opened for, oh my goodness, I've opened for George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. I've opened for Cypress Hill. I've opened for, oh my word, Bad Company. So I've been on the bill with some pretty cool people. All right, so there's some of my keyboards and some of my amps and stuff like that. And all over in the corner, okay, so here's one of my lights. You see over in the corner there? Yeah, that's my my silver play button award. All right, so I'm getting, that's just the front window of my house. I'm in the front. And so right here, I've got my YouTube studio right in the front of the house. All right, so that's a kind of a peek behind the scenes. I don't know that I'm ever going to do that again. So those of you that are here probably got a chance to see more into my life than I usually like to reveal. But as you can tell, I'm having a good time talking to you all. And I play some songs. Check me out. Look me up, Zed Maestro, Maestro. You can Google me. And so you can check me out there. Exclusive content. Yeah, maybe I'll put together like a little membership and I'll give you some of the peek behind the scenes of some of that stuff. Let me see, what else? Is it a house tour? It was kind of a house tour for a moment. Yes, white light, that is correct. Where's your, oh, my Graphy is done. Let me tell you, Graphy wound up changing all the rules on me. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they wanted me to sell my memory course for some ridiculously low price. I love Graphy. They're a good company, but I don't know, maybe they were just too new, but it was all confusing. So I decided to release my course privately. But maybe I'll be doing more stuff on Graphy. I like them. The people treated me great. Just business-wise, things didn't work out. Let me see. What else we got here? Are you in good condition? Are you happy and healthy? Yes. Yes, I am. I don't subscribe to a lot of the current mass hysteria that's going on out there. I got to be careful what I say because these days you're going to be blocked or have people bad-mouthing you for saying the littlest thing. People get offended over nothing. It's like they're looking for a way to get offended. Where's my Graphy? Please make videos on YouTube about memory enhancement. Yes, I'm going to be covering a lot more about that. But as I said, I've already got some resources in the description below my video. So check that out first and then stay tuned because I'm going to be covering a bunch of stuff on memory. You guys are all so nice. I see Smart Night over there. And let me tell you something. That's my whole thing. Hey, smart people. You guys are the smart people. And so I'm going to be doing everything I can to keep making you smarter and smarter. Could I do a video on how to absorb audio? Yes. I'm going to be talking about how really the whole key to everything is when you're looking to learn stuff, it gets harder and harder because there's too much to learn. We live in a world of information overload. Those who can't keep up wind up getting left behind. The problem is that almost nobody gave you the mechanics for, all right, how do you become an excellent listener? So I've got an actual training called X-ray hearing. Now, I originally had it completely published, but I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to be putting chunks of it up here on YouTube. I call it X-ray hearing because Superman had X-ray vision that would allow him to see things normal people couldn't see. Super salesmen, super students have X-ray hearing that allows them to hear stuff that normal students and normal salespeople never do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what it is that stops you from hearing stuff in the first place. You know, it's kind of like I'm going to give you the map of the minefield. And then I'm also going to show you what the practical steps are. It's a 6-step process to give you enhanced listening skills. So it'll really help you with your audio. Would like to see you playing keyboard. Yes, if you just Google me, you know, Zed Maestro, ZED MAESTRO. Just Google the name, and it'll pop up, and you'll see. You can even go to zedmaestro.com, and there's a video. There's a lot of audio of me performing, and I'm an old dude, but I got to tell you, I rock out. Let's see. Do I have Instagram? No, never even been on Instagram. I'll check it out someday. Super hearing, women have it. Yeah, well, I'm going to get into all of the stuff about who has it, who doesn't, but you're right. Women are better listeners than men. Go figure. You had a doubt regarding the method of studying. You can't study more than 2 hours. Yeah, you don't want to study for more than 2 hours at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. That's not how your brain is set up to work. You want to study for, let me ask you this. I'm going to come back to this, but I want to put it in a context you'll understand better. Have you ever wondered why school, typically the class is less than an hour? It's about 40 to 45 minutes, depending on where you go to school. 42 minutes is common in a lot of schools. Do you know why they picked that number? Because that's the optimum amount of time that you can stay with one subject to be able to absorb it. After 40 to 45 minutes, you need to take a break. There's something called the Pomodoro technique. Look it up, Pomodoro. Look that up. I'm going to be talking about some of that, but you need to give yourself breaks. This is the last point on that subject. What you remember are beginnings and endings. Get this. You remember stuff at the beginning, you remember stuff at the end. That's why a book will have strong openings and strong closings, like a novel. You watch a TV show, they give you this big teaser at the beginning, and they have a dynamic close. Movies, real big. You have a big, big opening, okay? And then you have this really eye-catching close. You remember beginnings and endings. It's the stuff in the middle that you forget. You go see a rock band. You go see a band that you like, music that you like. They'll open with one of their most popular songs, and then when they do their encore, they close with their absolutely most popular songs. Beginnings and endings. The more beginnings and endings you can give yourself, the better you'll recall that stuff. All right, let me see. Course for school students. You know, my whole channel is really kind of devoted to that. Yes, I will eventually have a course that you can buy, but let's face it, YouTube is free. But eventually I'll have a course called the Student Success Skills. I wrote a lot of it back in 1986, so it needs to be updated. Modern day attention spans have collapsed. Do you know why that is? It's because of your smartphones. You see, you're addicted to staring at those little screens and you want everything now. The problem is, as you have new information come in, it pushes out the information that's already there. Get this. The more new information you have coming in, you can only hold so much at a time. You know, it's your temporary storage. It can only hold so much. So once that's full, whoosh, the new stuff pushes it out. So if you want to retain stuff, I'll show you how to do that. But you got to be careful about having too much stuff coming into your head that's wasting your time or using up your temporary data storage. My favorite books, okay, easy. By the way, I need to get like an Amazon affiliate because I want to talk about my very favorite book. So number one, famous book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Number two, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Let me tell you something. You get those two books and you will be able to, you'll know pretty much everything that there is that's in every book that's come after it. And I will be having a separate video on some of my favorite books on this subject. All right, get rid of smartphones. Well, you know what? I don't think that there's any reason to get rid of the smartphone. Look, it serves its purpose. But, smartphones it's like a hammer. You know what it's like? It's like fire. Is fire good or bad? Well, if it's cooking your food or heating your house, it's good. If it's burning down your house, it's bad. Smartphones are the same way. So it depends on what you're using it for. All right, online classes are difficult. Listen, take a look underneath in the description, underneath my videos. You'll see I've got a book just on successful online learning. I do have a video on successful online learning on my YouTube channel. The content is great. The lighting is horrible. I'm surprised that anybody ever put up with it. I'll redo it. But if you can get over the fact that the video doesn't look good, it looks like I'm radioactive in that video. The lighting was horrible. I'm experimenting. I moved into a new house. In my old house, I didn't have proper space to shoot videos. So I was always, trying new things, and it didn't always work out. Okay. What's my book about? I got 3 books. Take a look in the description. I'm not here to sell books and all that stuff. I love talking about that, but this is not I don't want to spend time about that. You want to know about my books, go to Amazon, look up my name, or take a look in the description below the videos. How to remember people's names, Forgetful No More, so how to stop forgetting things, and then Straight A Strategies for Successful Online Learning are the titles. Do you teach any particular subject? A lot of you ask if I'm like a college professor. Let me tell you, I am a college dropout. Oh no. Yeah. I finished 2 years at Villanova University, thought I wanted to become a professional musician, quit school, and wound up getting a job in sales. Now, one thing led to another. And what happened was I discovered all of these techniques on how to become a great student. Force of habit. The long and the short of it, here's what happened. In 1979, I took a job at a computer programming school in New Jersey. In 1979, this is long before most of you were born. As a matter of fact, it's probably before some of your parents were born. The world did not have personal computers. That wouldn't happen for 2 more years yet. August of 1981 is when IBM released the first personal computer to the mass audience. There were little ones, by Radio Shack, and Coleco, the toy company, had a little personal computer out, but you had to be very geeky to use that stuff. Anyway, in 1980, I decided that I wanted to reduce the dropout rate at my computer schools, and I began to study what makes somebody a good student. And I began to teach what I learned on that. Eventually, companies that hired my graduates began to call my school. I wound up leaving the schools. I wound up becoming a speaker, and I wound up traveling. Now, I've had deans of universities, many deans of universities, sit in my classes. I've had college professors invite me in all the time to teach and lecture. I've lectured at, nearly 24 colleges and universities in the Northeast of the United States. But I am not a professor the way you would normally think of one. But you can kind of think of me as Uncle Matt, who happens to know some stuff. All right, let's see what else we got here. How to get good at math. Thank you. Love my motivation. Thanks. Uh, I get a lot of people from chemistry. I'm seeing a Stoic over here, a Stoic and Brandon want to know about math and chemistry. Well, first of all, one of the other videos on my channel is called Recall What You Study. It's a black background with bright red edging around it. It's about 25 minutes long. Take a look at that video because I get into the 3 different kinds of books that you need to study, and you'll get the concept for what to do. But I will be producing specific topics on studying math, studying chemistry. So I will be producing separate videos to help you out with that stuff. But I'm not going to be talking about math. I'm not going to be talking about chemistry. I am going to be talking about how do you absorb formulas? How do you remember the stuff that you're being shown? All right, so that kind of thing. Best concentration methods. I've got a whole series called Instant Concentration. Now, you don't see me, you hear me, but you don't see me on any of those videos. So on my channel right now, I have a 9-part series called Instant Concentration. Go take a look. It's not like anything you've ever seen before. How am I positive? How do I kick negativity? What, do you think I don't get negative? Ask my wife and kid. Ask my dog. Of course I get negative. Of course I get into a bad mood. I am just like you. I'm a human being. But the thing that gets me out of it here's the thing. I pass through it quickly. I don't allow myself to get stuck with it. I realize that I am the one who is in control of my thoughts. All right, so I'm going to start to wrap up, but let me wrap up with this. You are not your mind. Get this. Stay with me here for a minute. You are not your mind. You have a mind. Your mind is a mechanism. It's a really fancy machine, if you want to think about it that way. You need to be in control of the machine, not the other way around. It takes time to get in control of your mind, but it'll never happen if you don't even try to. So that's why I pray. That's why some of you meditate. Do things that help you gain control. Have written goals. Stay focused on what it is you want. Let me tell you, it was a very big deal for me to come online and do this live stream with you right now. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I wasn't a little nervous. I was really nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm going, oh man, I don't want to look stupid. Nobody wants to look foolish in front of other people. But you know what? I said, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. On one of my recent videos, I talked about overcoming fears. Like, what do you think? I don't have them too? I was moving into a brand new house. I'm 69 years old. I just got a 30-year mortgage. All right. So there's things that are scary to me too. But here's the idea. Here's how you overcome it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Yeah, take precautions. Don't be stupid. Don't do things that are going to endanger you. Take precautions wherever necessary. But allow yourself to feel the fear. Allow yourself to be nervous. By the way, being nervous and being afraid are 2 different things. All right. How to look as good as I am at 69. God bless you. Thank you, Stoic. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I dye my hair. Yes, I admit it. You see all this over here? I do this on purpose. All this here comes out of a bottle. And I keep the gray so it doesn't look like I dye my hair. But I tell you, and I tell everybody. Right. The second thing is, God blessed me. God blessed me with good-looking ancestors. I had the fortune to pick good-looking ancestors. And the other thing is I work at it. I take care of myself. Honestly, adopting a new methodology for studying takes courage. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. What you want to do is you want to have a system for it, and that's what I'm hoping to provide here. How to kick fear of judgment. Oh my God! All right, let's talk about. You know what? Let's wrap up with that. If I had to guess, you would look 49. Who's that? Stacker? Humanoid? Or is it Slacker? I can't read it. My eyes are starting to go. Thank you. I appreciate all of your kind words, truly. But let's talk about fear of being criticized by other people. Are these other people important to you? Do they have some control over your life? Are they your parents, your boss, your loved one? If so, those are the only people that really count. If it's just other dopey students or teachers that you're going to pass through your life, or co-workers or people that are just passing through your life, you don't need to live for them. You don't need to be doing stuff to make them happy. If their opinion is bad, well, that's their problem. That's their problem. Don't make their problems your problems. Got it? All right. Best advice for sophomore year. I got to tell you, out of all of the years in school, sophomore is probably the toughest. Freshman year, everything is new, and junior year, you've already got the system down. But sophomore year, you know enough, but not enough. It's tough. We'll talk more about that again. MBBS studies, yes. You're literally my mom. God bless your mom. Nomine Patri and Spiritus Sanctus. Opinion about something that went by too fast. Oh man, when you're losing hope. Hope is a funny thing. One of the worst things in the world is false hope. I don't know what your situation is, and it would be inappropriate for me to give advice. But you have to take a look at what are you looking to accomplish. Sometimes the universe is telling you that's not the direction for you. When everything is going against you, maybe you're going in the wrong direction. Try changing course. However, if it's just roadblocks that are in your way, sometimes you just got to plow through them. And I can't be more specific because I don't know your situation. Investments. Listen, I wish I had started investing as a much younger man. I'll tell you that. But yes, invest, because you'll get to a certain age, learn how to invest, and you'll get to a certain age where your money is working for you. You no longer have to work for your money. Opinion about, stop asking it about investment advice. Oh my goodness, somebody's really clobbering the investment topic. Best thing to do when you don't know what you want. All right, medical students, look, I've got, it blows me away how many medical students contact me thanking me for what they learned in my little video, How to Absorb Textbooks Like a Sponge, and also recall what you study, remember what you read. Look at those two videos. It'll give you a lot of information. I'll cover more about that. All right, so listen, let me wrap up. Boy, I got people from all over the world here. You guys, first of all, you guys are really awesome. Thank you so much. You're really, really interactive. I'm really glad to have this level of interaction with all of you. What do you do when you don't know what you want? That's where really you've got to do some soul searching. You've got to kind of be quiet. Go someplace where it's quiet with a pad and a pen, not your phone, not a bunch of typing, handwrite. As a matter of fact, one of the videos I've got coming up will help you with that. It's on the secret to student success. So be on the lookout for it. That'll be not this week. This week is brain games. Next week is Secret for Student Success. All right. Well, I think I'm about done here. Thank you. Thank you for being there. I am delighted to be back. I am going to work hard for you. Let me know what topics you want. I mean, I see that a lot of you are still asking questions, and I wish I could answer them all. A lot of you are asking about different kinds of addiction, drugs and porn and alcohol and all of that. There is one of my videos that talks about dealing with that. So just go take a look at some of my videos and you'll see some of that information. I'm not some kind of licensed counselor, so I got to be careful about pretending to know more than I really do. I'll tell you if I don't know something. I'm not so stuck on myself that I can't admit if I got something wrong or if I don't know the answer. I will tell you that. Somebody saying stop spamming. I guess you're talking to one of the other people on the feed. I will stay safe. I'm doing my best to stay healthy. I started walking again. The neighborhood that I live in has got this big lake and it's got this cool nature path. So yes, I'm getting myself back in shape. I'm going to drop a few pounds and you'll see less of this in future videos. Well, again, I want to thank all of you for being there. Now, you know that I close every one of my videos with a catch line. Can some of you put it in the notes? Tell me. What is it that I say at the end of every one of my videos? Come on, let me see. I want to see who's going to post it first. Come on. What do I say at the end of every one of my videos? Let me see. Post it. Starts out about the fastest way. Please try to upload video daily. No, I'm not going to upload video daily. You're going to wear me to a nub if I do that. I'll wear myself out once a week. Thank you very much. I will be doing live streams more often, though. Maybe I'll do a live stream every week. I don't know. But right now, I want to do one live stream a month. So 4 new videos, 1 live stream a month is what I'm committing to. Come on, nobody knows my catchphrase at the end of my videos. The fastest way. There it is. I see it. All right, finally, I've got some. Let me see who's the first one to have it. Shay. Way to go, Shay. The fastest way to get to the top is to get off your bottom. Remember, everything I teach requires just a little bit of work and effort, but I promise you, it's worth it. Thank you so much for being there. I'm going to end this live stream now, but I am so thankful to have so many of you just pop on here to join me in this grand experiment. I'll see you later in the week with my first new video about brain games to stay sharp. Okay? I'll see you then. I didn't hit the send button. There it is.